Welcome to episode 742 of Hard Factor. It is Wednesday, August 4th, 2021. Thank you for cheating on the news with us. I'm Will. We got Pat, Mark, Wes, the whole crew today. You know what time it is. It's Hard Factor time. Today, we're going to talk. I'm going to try to go faster in the cup of coffee in the big time. Pat's going to give an update on Governor Andy Cuomo, a big update. Wes has got the trip around the world, and Mark's going to tell us about some health news. But Pat, I saw you got the little guy in daycare. Congrats.
Oh, yeah, bro. Half a day of daycare, paid full rate.
Nice for the first day, half a day. Well,
we got him in there.
Wait till he gets sick, then you pay the full rate for him not going at all. That's fun.
He is very much the son of Pat Cassidy. He got in there and didn't want to be there, so just threw a fucking fit, probably didn't eat. Just made it not a good time for himself so that we would feel bad.
But he made a good entrance. He made a memorable impression.
They love him over there, bro. This app, like if they take his diaper off and it's dry, they throw that shit in there. Dry diaper, the amount of ounces he ate, the amount of minutes he slept. And I just think to myself, like, man, like we have like work tools, right? Like boards that get updated, and like you can't fucking keep up with it as an adult and no babies. They got like 12, 15 babies there. So it's got to be a lot, right?
It's like a lot of projects. Yeah.
Takes a special person.
But it's got to be a lie, right?
What they're putting in there?
The data.
They're just filling out whatever the fuck they want. Well, as long as the kid's not sick, who cares?
No, actually, it's not true. You can verify the ounces, the amount of ounces at least, because they send home the rest. So you know if it's accurate or not.
Not these cats.
They just toss it. Oh shit. You're screwed then. Don't forget Green Room today. The Green Room app by Spotify. Get weird with us this afternoon at What the Fuck Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Green Room app by Spotify. We're also dropping those releases on Sundays on the pod feed now too, so you can listen on there, get a little taste of what it's like. It's awesome. Green Room app by Spotify. Download it. Follow all the hosts. Join us 5 p.m. today for What the Fuck Wednesday. Also, huge announcement. We passed 10K on TikTok, fellas. Way to go. Way to go. Incredible work in the TikTok International Moment. Got past that 10K. Got one video with 1 million+ views on there.
Oh.
A whole entire TikTok. Christina Milian.
Wow. That's pretty good.
This is what it was all about. This is the whole point, right?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Just took us 3 years. Yeah.
Yeah. Finally figured it out.
No. The TikTok International Moment's only been around for 3 months.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But we could have been on TikTok for the whole... Right, we could have been on TikTok the whole. I mean, okay.
Better late than never.
We're there now.
Okay.
Yep, of course. Yep. Speaking of better late than never, new shirt coming on Monday. Cheat on the news with Hard Factor. Here it is. Check it out.
Hard Factor. Cheat on the news.
Oh, sexy voice there, plus a good shirt.
Do what the lady says.
check that out in the Hard Factor store. Hardfactor.com.
There's a poll on Twitter that you can choose. There's 4 different voices you can choose from. Do us a favor and vote on that Twitter on Hard Factor.
Nice. Yeah. We got the Tom Toomey interview dropping this Saturday. He's a congressional candidate in New Jersey, so check that out if you want to hear from him. We got Patreon content coming out the wazoo. Stab Nelson at the Portland protest de-escalation seminar is out now. If you're a Patreon member, Half a Pack with Wes is coming in hot by this Friday, August 6th. And also,
my God. Speaking of Half a Pack with Wes, I'm an asshole. I took a shower before I went to go pick up my son from camp. He was at Six Flags today, and I left a pack of cigarettes in the fucking bathroom. And then I was like, you got to go up and take a shower because you've been at Six Flags all day sweating and just. So he goes up there and I go up. I was like, want to have a cigarette. So I go up and I noticed that they're gone. And I was like, so what I did is I faked a phone call from a plumber being like, you left something here? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cam, did you find something in the bathroom? I did this whole elaborate fake phone call that a plumber came and left his cigarettes in the bathroom and stuff.
Wait a minute. Where did the cigarettes go?
Well, he found them and then he got hand them over.
He found them in what?
He found him. He put him in my room, so I had to be like, I already knew what he did. I already knew what he did with them because I saw him. I was like, yeah. So there's a whole
very sneaky,
Yeah, you're a piece of shit plumber, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The bigger piece of shit thing to do is Truman showing your kid.
Hey, let me call this pimp.
I was like,
yeah. Plumber shows up.
You did what? What'd you leave here, Cam?
Oh
did you find something?
Oh, nice.
Unbelievable.
That's all I had. That's all I could do.
More content like that to look forward to in Half a Pack with Wes. Get in there in patreon.com/Hard Factor. Also, Hard Factor metal detectors, Hard Factor detectors. Hopefully this weekend, Saturday, something like that.
That looks like it's done. I mean, it's done.
Yeah,
it's coming.
It's 48 minutes of glorious metal detecting.
You're going to want to see it. You're going to want to see it for sure. Patreon.com/Hard Factor to get in there. Anything else, boys, before we hop in? All right. Time for a cup of coffee in the big time.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Holidays, history, and trending news. August 4th holidays up first. It's Hooray for Kids Day. So hooray for kids. National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, big one. National Psychiatric Technician Appreciation Day. National White Wine Day. Raisin Bran Day. Single Working Woman's Day. And U.S. Coast Guard's birthday. So, Chocolate Chip Cookie Day, pretty strong. I don't know. You guys had some Tiff's treats down there in Austin recently?
I had some literally 2 days ago. Yeah.
Oh, I miss them so much.
That's a good store.
Yeah, it's like delivery chocolate chip cookies. It's incredible.
It's a nationwide chain now.
Oh, it is?
Oh,
they got it up here in New York City.
I should be one in Reno.
Tiff made it, huh?
So good. If you got a Tiff's treats, order them today. National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. Okay, it is August 4th, today in history. In 1704, the British Navy took the Rock of Gibraltar from Spain. So, badass military accomplishment. In 1790, Alexander Hamilton created the Coast Guard. That's why it's the U.S. Coast Guard's birthday. In 1901, Louis Armstrong was born in New Orleans, made the world a more musical place, jazzier place. In 1944, on August 4th, this is a bad one, Anne Frank and her entire family were discovered by the Gestapo in Amsterdam and were sent to concentration camps. That's a real bad one. And in 2007, gets better again, the Phoenix probe was launched by NASA to Mars. It later discovered the existence of ice beneath the surface of Mars. So pretty good.
They're really kind of stacking the pressure in terms of what they got to find in space. You know, it used to be every other year there'd be like kind of an interesting thing taking place in space, maybe somewhat. But now, man, like those space astronauts are feeling it. They're feeling it.
Right, the pressure.
They gotta come up with something like it.
Do you think UFO stuff, alien stuff, may be fabricated because of the pressure? Because of the
they're making
pressure?
shit up for sure. They're making some of this stuff up.
Well, you said they found ice under Mars.
The probe that was launched in 2007 eventually found.
But
ice
didn't they
Mars.
just recently find out that Mars is 80% core? So they didn't go. I mean, like,
right. So they had ice, and then
Mars
now they
and me
have
both.
empty core. Yeah.
Yeah.
They can tell us anything they want to, and we're not gonna check on it. We don't know how to validate it.
Yeah, I also feel like
That's
they give you
true.
data. It's like, remember that thing we launched 25 years ago? Those photos just came back.
Right.
They could do that forever with Mars. They've got it from like the 70s all the way through now.
The thing about them telling you whatever you're going to believe about space is they tell you that on Earth too. They're like, there's climate change now. We don't know what's in the ocean. I mean, if we don't know what's going on Earth,
simulation.
That's
Now
right.
we're going to simulation talk.
Okay.
All right, we got to dive into the trending news before we get too far down that path. All right, number 8, quick Olympics update. Ultra lanky Norwegian hurdler Karsten Warholm smashed his own world record in the 400 meters on Tuesday with a time of 45.94 before ripping his singlet off in celebration. So
that's fast.
Way to go to the Norwegian. Yeah, I mean, he was already the world record holder. Apparently the second place guy would have broke the world record too, and it was just an all-time race. Today, Wednesday, the USA teammates Ryan Krauser and Joe Kovacs will show down again for gold in the shot put. The USA is dominant in shot put right now.
Put these boys back up on
you
screen.
like those boys?
These are not athletes, William.
That's Joe and Ryan, my boys right there.
I thought it was like beer drinking or something they were going to be doing.
They could probably kick ass and beer drinking too.
Yeah.
You meet outside of the Golden Corral. Those is what those guys are.
Probably so. Finally, tomorrow in the Olympics, which is actually super late tonight, USA time, somehow. I don't really know how it works. USA men's basketball plays Australia in the semifinals. They'll get to face France or Slovenia in the finals, whoever wins, if they win against Australia. Also, China still way up in the gold medal count. And also, not technically Olympic news, but Carmelo Anthony's going to the Lakers. So Big shakeup in the NBA. Number 7, a new book claims that Aaliyah, pop star who died at 22 in 2001, was given sleeping pills and carried on board the overweight flight from the Bahamas that crashed, killing her and 8 others right after it took off. Apparently, she didn't want to fly on the overweight plane, but her crew gave her a bunch of sleeping pills, pressured the pilot who had alcohol and cocaine in his system to fly the overweight flight. Then when she was asleep, carried her on board the flight, which crashed right away. Very sad.
That sounds like attempted. That sounds like some sort of crime.
Okay, you think that's sad. Also, maybe even sadder Aaliyah update. R. Kelly's lawyer admitted that then backtracked right away that the singer had sex with her when they were secretly married when she was just 15 and he was 27. So
that's
kind of
well known
this week. Yeah, but the lawyer kind of admitted to it in court and then backtracked.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
he's like,
tough scene.
He's like, now that we know that about the plane, here's another one.
Yeah, tough scene for the Aaliyah trends in 2021. Not great.
Fuck.
Not great. Sadder story gets sadder. Sad story gets sadder. Number 6, another sad story. New York City and Mayor Bill de Blasio are requiring at least 1 dose of COVID-19 vaccine to get into restaurants, gyms, theaters, and clubs. They'll finalize.
I got more on that coming up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah,
They'll finalize the policy on August 16th, enforce the rules on September 13th. Sounds horrible, New York. Good luck with remembering to put that awkward size Vax Pass in your wallet wherever you go.
They're going to have the app. Remember? They're going to
we didn't communicate on that one. I had that one.
Excelsior. Yeah. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, Mark will tell you more. He'll give you a better update. Number 5, Gene Hackman recently gave a photo to a guy on Twitter to show everybody that he's still alive. He's 91 years old. Yeah, barely, and resides in New Mexico. Still loves long bike rides. So,
that guy, when I saw the French Connection and he just cold drops the N-word in the first minute, you're like, whoa, Hackman, sign of the times. And then there's like a couple other movies that Hackman just cold drops the N-word in. It's like his thing. He's, they're casting something like, we need someone that's comfortable with you. I'll do it. I'm in.
Hackman's all about
it.
Got no problem with it.
It's like Nick Nolte's, God damn it. But Hackman drops the N-word. Okay.
That doesn't even look like him. I wouldn't.
No, I was trying to think. It looks like another famous actor that's really old. Not him.
It looks like Tony Dungy a little bit.
Yeah, it does look like Tony Dungy a little bit.
A little bit. All right, let's move on to the big trends. The big trends. Number 4, but really number 1. Everybody finally told Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York to resign. Pat's going to tell you more about that a little bit later. Number 3, the eviction moratorium update. Turns out that Nancy bullying Joe on Twitter to get the CDC to extend the eviction moratorium worked. And also Representative Cori Bush camping out on the Capitol steps for 5 days probably helped as well. It all put enough pressure on President Joe Biden to get him to say this on Tuesday.
Announce a new partial eviction moratorium, COVID related. Can you tell us any more about that? And are you sure it's going to pass Supreme Court muster?
The answer is twofold. One, I've sought out constitutional scholars to determine what is the best possibility that would come from executive action or the CDC's judgment. What could they do that was most likely to pass muster constitutionally? The bulk of the constitutional scholarship says that it's not likely to pass constitutional muster. So I don't want to get ahead. The CDC has to make this. I asked the CDC to go back and consider
Cori Bush in there looking
options
at
that may be available.
Steps.
You're going to hear from them what those other options are. I have been informed.
More muster
at a
options.
minimum, by the time it gets litigated, it will probably give some additional time.
Okay, so
your buddy that got on like those certain type of antidepressants where if they have one drink, they're just out of it. That's how I feel about Biden. Like one scotch and he's just falling apart. Like
he would fall to the floor.
Yeah,
with one shot of scotch. I think at this point,
like a marionette with his strings cut.
Him and Gene Hackman should not be drinking.
Peas in a pod. Yeah. If Biden knows it won't pass "quote unquote" constitutional muster because the last constitutional.
What does that even mean?
It means that the Supreme Court won't accept it because the last ruling they had was literally
muster,
that Congress has to extend it.
Is muster like a phrase from the 50s? Like, what is he?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes. I mean, that's like that's a real old timey.
They're communicating to him in his terms, though.
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, I don't think it will, but it doesn't matter because he's doing it to buy time. Also, probably just doing it to get Corey off the Capitol steps. Number 2,
how many hootenannies are we short of passing muster here?
Yeah, this bill's a real goober.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of malarkey going on. Number 2, keeping it in DC, more malarkey. A Pentagon police officer is dead of a stabbing, and 2 bystanders are reportedly injured after a lone psycho from Georgia opened fire at a bus stop outside the Pentagon on Tuesday. The one officer and the attacker were killed on the scene. In related sad news, a 4th Capitol police officer who was on duty on January 6th Capitol riots has died of suicide. Police suicide is a very serious issue, and apparently even more so for the ones who had to endure the Capitol riot. RIP to all of those officers in D.C.
Yeah, it's terrible. There was the 3rd and the 4th this month, right? I don't know if we covered the 3rd.
This week. It was this week.
This week.
Both announced, I think, maybe on the same day or consecutive days. Yeah, sad stuff. Yeah. Let's change it up, though. Any other thoughts? Sorry.
No, you're right. Let's change it up.
Oh, you wanted to keep going? Oh, okay. Yeah, let's change it up. Number one. It's a happy trend. Number 1, kind of happy, funny video. Shout out to the Discord chat and everybody else who submitted this gem of video of a Frontier flight to Miami. And if you haven't heard it yet, here it is.
You guys fucking suck. My parents are worth the fucking 2 million goddamn dollars. And you know what? You fucking suck. Yeah. You know what? My grandpa is worth more than
See my grandpa?
Yeah,
grandpa's worth more than your life.
Shut the fuck up!
Now he's arguing. Oh, he's punching a steward. He's punching a flight attendant.
Chill out.
So this is an unruly passenger on a Frontier flight. Now he's being duct taped
into the chair.
Over his mouth.
Oh my God! They duct taped his mouth and his body to the chair. That's
everyone's
sad.
filming. Everyone's filming him.
All the phones are up,
laughing.
This is just some asshole who's having a fucking temper tantrum on a Frontier flight. This flight attendant, though,
insane.
He tried to punch this guy. So allegedly, he had grabbed 2 other flight attendants on the flight, tried to grab their boobs, and then you guys saw he was screaming at everybody else on the flight. Then he threw a punch at the male flight attendant, who like chewed it and then eventually duct taped him to the seat. Just an incredible video. Absolutely incredible video.
If you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify or wherever you're listening to this, first of all, thank you. But do yourself a favor and check it out on our YouTube or just Google the video because it is
Google the video.
Delight.
I mean, you heard how funny it
is a delight.
Yeah.
I really hope that we don't find out that like he's fucking special or something. You know, like a lot of times.
Oh, he's
like,
special, Pat.
No, I know, but you know, like sometimes when there's just like a real ripe asshole that gets taken care of by the people, and then you find out like, oh, okay, he's got like, you know, limited.
He was flying by himself,
you know,
in his douchebag outfit. They needed to put a note on his chest if that were the case, because I think
according to him, if he's right, his family's going to have some good lawyers, and he might end up with a sweet settlement.
$2 million is not the amount of money that you tell your kid you have, and then it's not really worth bragging about. Like assets, they talk just total assets. Like, you know, $2 million isn't fuck you Frontier plane money.
They were to liquefy everything close to 2 million.
China, everything.
But yeah,
and the inheritance from my grandfather, who would own you.
It's not that huge of a flex.
If his family is so rich, his grandfather's probably more than his parents, based on that.
Worth
comment.
more than that person's life, whoever he was talking to.
Why is he on Frontier? So his family hates him too.
Question. No, it's a great.
I think
question.
he doesn't know what $2 million buys, which is sometimes flights on Frontier. Unfortunately,
sometimes.
Yeah. That's the lottery of all in-flight disturbances, though. Like you won the lottery if you're on the flight. Yeah, you're just walking past him on the way out, and this guy's just duct taped to the seat. Oh my!
Like, imagine taunting him.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
If you see him walking with the duct tape, what's he gonna do? Trend. I think he's gonna duct tape him. Oh my god!
Holy shit!
Excellent piece of trending news, and that's today's cup of coffee in the big time.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Okay, guys. Huge story, massive story, insanely big story. Not sure why it's that big of a story because we've known about this story for a while, but things are finally coming to fruition.
Things caught up to Hard Factor, Pat. The news caught up to what Hard been saying.
Boys, we're ahead of the trend. What the fuck is new, right? You know, that's what we've been saying. Here's the deal. Good thing that the governor of New York, Andrew Cuomo, was able to find the time to write a leadership book about the lessons he learned from COVID-19 and the pandemic directly in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, because he's going to need most, if not all, that $5.1 million he got paid for his staff to write it in order to cover his legal bills that are Cosby-sized, guys, because the report of all his touching and fussing finally dropped on Tuesday by the New York State Attorney General, announcing that the 63-year-old nipple ring enthusiast is under criminal investigation for violating state and federal law by sexually harassing at least 11 of his employees, including a state trooper whom he thought was hot and then had moved to his personal protective detail.
Oh, wow. He was trying to create his own Valkyrie, like the Norse mythology, like a Valkyrie protectors.
Yeah, he
ran
into
swords, but he was touching them.
Right. In a sexually harassing, gross way, but still, that's what he's going for. Valkyries.
Right. So I don't know if you noticed in the first paragraph I read there, guys, the violation of federal law. So we knew that this motherfucker was a touchy bee, right? And like, honestly, the touching's bad, and we're going to get into that. But
I mean, how many women have come forward at this point? How was anybody doubting like any of this?
And totally. So, but I think they use the fact that he was sexually harassing state employees, right, to get him involved in criminal trouble. Trouble. So not just civil trouble, criminal trouble. Because honestly, his touching, it's weird. We're going to get into it in a second. But fuck this motherfucker, not just for this shit, but most importantly, for obscuring COVID data in the heat of the pandemic, the only thing we had to fucking go on, and then writing a goddamn book about what a great leader he is. What a piece of fucking shit. Honestly, this guy's such a piece of trash. It's fucking insane. Soft corner. This wasn't even going to be a soft corner, but he's in the goddamn soft corner.
Yeah,
guys.
No. You have to.
According to the 168-page report, Cuomo harassed the police officer who is named State Trooper number 1. So I can only assume that there's going to be a State Trooper number 3, 4, 5, etc. coming down the pike.
Get over here, State Trooper number 1. Let me touch you,
he said, "You're hot. Hey,
yeah,
she's good officer. I'm going to reassign to my detail."
Reverse bodyguard situation he's trying to create.
It was. You're hired to protect me. Can you protect my body from growing? Something's growing on my body.
Yeah.
Hold on, I need you to use it as a human shield real quick. Oh, okay. You got any friends, by the way? You got any friends who want to join the Valkyries?
They cops too. Apparently, Cuomo harassed her by running his finger down her back from the top of her neck, down her spine to the middle of her back, saying,
gross.
"Hey, you." Well, she was standing in front of him in an elevator. Never done that before. Not even to someone I've been dating.
Intense. That's intense.
It's like a really creepy way of saying, "I'm here."
If that move works. If that move works, you're banging on the elevator. That's so intense.
Right. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. She's in her fucking cop uniform, dude, and she was protecting him. Like what a dickhead. On top of that, he asked her to help him find a girlfriend, which what we know about harassers is code for "Will you be my girlfriend?"
That's a classic move. Yeah. Right. Come over and help me work on my social media profiles all night long, just you and me.
Mm-hmm.
And
we can save a lot of time if you just say you.
Yeah, what about you?
I'm having trouble with this Tinder thing. You know anything?
Why don't we pop the cord off the computer there? It's you.
You know any girls or police officers, you know?
Wait, you're not on this app too, are you? Serendipitous. He asked her to help him find a girlfriend, describing his criteria for a girlfriend as someone who, quote, can handle pain. Coming from a guy with a nipple ring means forcible anal sex.
Yeah, dry. I mean, probably quick transition. Yeah, dry.
Mm-hmm. Which means anal sex on my clock, not yours.
Right.
Guys, Cuomo denied the allegations wholeheartedly in a bizarre 15-minute straight-to-camera press statement, of which I am going to play you some excerpts. This is kind of fucking insane. Here's the first one.
The New York Times published a front page picture of me touching a woman's face at a wedding and then kissing her on the cheek. I've been making the same gesture in public all my life. It is meant to convey warmth, nothing more. Indeed, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of photos of me using the exact same gesture.
Oh, no, he's giving away too much here.
Everyone.
Yeah, what is that? Shut
Black
up.
Black and white.
Yeah, shut up.
Young. And old.
Children.
Oh, this is the creepiest video.
Leo, little Mo with the
Straight and LGBTQ, powerful people.
cheeks, bony Bob, Cliff.
Friends, strangers, people who I meet on the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
So any Lost in New York fans out there?
Yes.
Yeah, that's smooching with everybody. But
Look at this, Pat. They did a collage of it. Did you see this?
The collage
he came up. This is like his office. His office
did a report.
Did this.
Yeah, he submitted a report, like a counter report, and it had all these pictures.
They made a
Right.
creepy collage of him
Pictures.
kissing people in the face. Yeah. Okay.
So it's funny that you say that, Mark, because his staff did do that, and then he must have a teleprompter. They paced the teleprompter like with spaces so that he would have those dramatic pauses so they could fit the photos in. And I was really seamlessly able to just stuff people that the guys from Home Alone 2 were smooching with without much editing at all. I just slipped them right in there because those pauses were so wide.
I don't think that did him any justice. I don't think he's any less guilty after that creepy.
No, that was a creepy video.
That was really
video.
Yeah.
He's being accused of things that are a lot worse than that. Like, that's the problem.
Right. That's the thing is did he run his hand from someone's top of their back to their buttocks?
Yeah, has he been doing that for years?
Well, not only that, but he's just like, it's just proving how handsy he is, and it's making you think in your head like, well, if this guy's touching everybody like this, of course he did these things.
Right. So his ceiling is grab you by the face and kiss you on the cheek. If he gets out of line at all, that's the floor, and then it only goes.
Get him in an elevator.
Whoa. Yeah.
It's going down.
At a minimum, you're getting grabbed and kissed at a minimum with this guy.
So if you're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, an old guy, touchy old man who's misunderstood by society, claiming that it's just a misunderstanding and it's a sign of the times. Where have you heard that before?
So many times.
Where
Kevin
have you heard
Spacey?
that before?
Joe Biden?
Everyone.
This is a support and encouragement that I've made to women and some men, and have made them uncomfortable. In my career, I've always tried to make a human connection. I shake hands, I hug people, I grab men and women by the shoulders and say, "You can do this." And whether they're women, men, young, old, it's shaking hands, hands on the shoulder, a hug, encouragement.
That's a lot. Like what?
Yeah. Finger bang, AIDS in the halls of the Senate too.
I say, come on,
similar
man.
rhetoric.
You're attracted to me. Same rhetoric.
But there you have it. Old guys don't know no better. It is easier to believe old man Biden with his one sexual assault allegation to Cuomo's 11.
Yes. And volume.
Biden was not happy that Cuomo didn't think of his own excuse, giving a bad name to the man from a different era defense. As the president outright called for his resignation of his longtime friend on Tuesday. When the president's calling for you to resign, you got to resign. And it wasn't just Biden joining the resignation parade. It was an all-star cast of rich white folks, including Mayor Bill de Blasio, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, the entirety of New York politics, et cetera, et cetera. They really want him out. So what did this guy do?
Two-thirds of the Senate.
Oh, it's been stacking since then. Since you read that headline, it's
How
more.
Is it not 100%?
More.
I mean, it's so ridiculous. And if you're Joe Biden, if you're Joe Biden, of course you need this guy out. I mean, you already have people already suspect you of similar shit. You have to get this guy as far away from you as possible.
That's what I'm saying. He's coming up being like, yeah, it's my buddy. He's got, we're old men. It's the
Joe did
Back
it too.
to the Future defense.
Nah, Joe has to distance himself hard from this guy.
Right. Well, Cuomo went on, guys. He went on.
Kiss people on the forehead. I do kiss people on the cheek. I do kiss people on the hand.
I kiss them 8 days a week. I kiss those in my party. I kiss those on the right. Republican or Democrat, morning, noon, or night.
Yeah.
This thing is fucking weird.
He's like the Dr. Seuss of sexual harassing.
I thought you were doing a play on Dr. Seuss. That was really what he said?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do the last part.
No, he did the Dr. Seuss.
No, that was Pat, the guy who did the radio show.
I'll kiss them on a. I'll kiss them on a train.
It was more ridiculous than that. Okay, so here's what pisses me off about Cuomo outside of this shit. He then went on a diatribe about his victims. Okay, so he talked about how he developed a relationship with a woman, one of these 11 accusers, who had been sexually assaulted, potentially raped, and how he shouldn't have developed a relationship with her because the way he put it, straight to camera, reading between the lines, it sounded like he came in and we're like, "Oh, you were raped, huh? What was that like?" You know. And then he went on to say, and it's a bummer because someone in my family was raped. And then this pissed me off the fucking most. So we don't know who that person is.
Me.
But Charlotte Bennett, right, who's one of his accusers, he called her out by name to camera, saying, like, I know what Charlotte's lawyers are saying. Charlotte, I know what you're saying. And I just want to say, Charlotte, like, I'm sorry. It's not what you think it is. So fucking inappropriate, bro. Like, even if you are this touchy motherfucking Touchington, like, do not go straight down a one-way communication device at a 22-year-old girl, you piece of fucking shit. Oh, have some goddamn decency. You're 63 years old, man. You're 63 years old. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Victim shamed her, and then he said she was too stupid to get that he was trying to help her as he aired her dirty laundry.
God, dude. It's just like, just stop. You've done enough. Like that. And someone obviously prepped the fucking speech because it was teleprompter based. Like, are you seriously looking at a camera that she can't respond to saying, Charlotte, honey, can we work this out, Charlotte? We know that things aren't as bad as you're saying they are, you and your lawyer, Charlotte. Like,
how weird do you feel if you were one of those people that worshipped Cuomo for all of 2020?
No one worshipped Cuomo, man.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did the daily press briefings. Remember, there was all kinds of like Cuomo for president. There was all kinds of crazy shit going on
because we thought we were gonna die.
Yeah, I mean that's so fucking funny though. How your brain's gotta have like fallen through the floor if you were a giant Cuomo fan.
Even before all this came out, like over 50% of people said they didn't want him to resign. Like that was the state of things.
But here's a piece of advice: don't worship a politician. You got Matt Gaetz is next coming up on this come down. Trump was harassing everyone in the history of his life.
Oh, 50 accusations.
Biden's a handsy motherfucker. How about don't demagogue or worship politicians? Period. Because 99% of them are pieces of shit.
Is it a bad idea to take politics like religion, Mark?
I'll say this: reading through the report, he is he absolutely used his power to put women in uncomfortable sexual situations, which is fucked up. And hopefully there'll be justice there. But in my opinion, the bigger motherfucker is obscuring the COVID data and sending old folks back to nursing homes. You piece of fucking human garbage. Well, literally spiking a victory ball at halftime, saying like, I won, man. Publish the book. 5.1
and remember the
million
Emmys? Remember that he won the Emmys. Remember the Emmys in the video that like that Zoolander and all the other guys did? Like Ben Stiller and everybody did like the, oh my God, Andy Cuomo, thank you so much. You're the man. Without you, the world would have ended. Dumbasses.
Pandemic done. I'm gonna start working on my book.
There's gonna be another chance for an award too on the documentary about him, I'm sure, but it's not gonna be. He's not gonna have any part in that. Yeah, it's gonna be a bad one for him.
Was it De Niro in that too? I mean, it was a star-studded cast. Billy Crystal.
I hope someone rips his fucking nipple ring out. In that movie,
Charlotte,
Airheads.
just because your uncle raped you doesn't mean you have to be mad at me.
Charlotte, it's me.
Yeah.
Andy.
Look in my eyes, Charlotte.
Knock on the television screen if you think that I'm innocent. Oh, your dad's here. Hey, Charlotte's dad. I didn't touch her.
Knock it off, Charlotte.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he's going to make it president. Is that it, Pat?
That's it.
All right. Well, I got a new segment for you. Let's head over to the disease den. Alliteration, fucks for segment name. So alternatively, this could be called the sick shed or the infection igloo. But we'll go with disease den. So first up,
infection igloo.
You like infection igloo? So first up, let's take care of of the low hanging fruit, COVID-19. What's up? What's going on with that jizz gazebo? There's another one for you. Let's you don't want to be
jizz gazebo, obviously.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be. Well, let's take a look at what's going on in two of the larger states, population-wise and news-wise, Florida and New York. We'll go back to New York, but let's start in Florida. First up, in Florida, they have set a new record, a new high score on amount of people hospitalized at one time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
More so than before?
Than ever. U.S. health officials say
for the state of Florida, or
I know for a fact it's for the state of Florida, and it could possibly be but maybe New York beat it, but 1,000,000% they set a record for the state. U.S. health officials say 11,515 Floridians are currently in hospitals, which is more than they have ever had at any point of this horrible nightmare that is the coronavirus, and over 2,400 of those people are in ICU beds for COVID. Also this Saturday, Florida set a record for most new infections in a single day in the history of the coronavirus. And apparently a third of all new cases of COVID recently in the past week have come from Florida or Texas. So great job, guys.
Interesting.
Those two states are 33% of all cases.
Did they say, Mark, how many of the hospitalized are vaccinated? Because the vaccines are supposed to, even though you can catch it, they're supposed to keep you out of the hospital, right?
Yes. In the articles I read, they're still saying that they're using terminology that's not very nice to unvaccinated people. Like this is a death sentence for the unvaccinated. They did give a little bit of shine to Florida, saying that the adults in Florida are almost at the nationwide average for vaccination. But that the majority of the hospitalizations are unvaccinated, but that there are a lot of Floridians now currently that are vaccinated. So they're like at 60-ish%, I think, as for adults. So they're doing okay. But the 40% that aren't are they're all partying in Florida, which, I was at the Jersey Shore. I get it. They're just having a bad string right now. So hopefully it turns around for them. Let's head on over to New York, state run by a guy who's going to resign this week. We talked about that, right? And New York City, which will become the first major U.S. city to require proof of COVID-19 vaccination at restaurants, gyms, and other businesses, according to the state's other notable buffoon of a leader, Bill de Blasio. He said on Tuesday that New York City policy will require proof of at least one dose of a vaccine and will be enforced starting September 13th. And he said it's totally going to go off without a hitch. Basically, all the content on the internet starting in mid-September will be unvaccinated people in New York City going absolutely ape shit in public. Because do you think this guy is going to say, "Oh, I can't come in your restaurant because I don't have a dose of vaccine"? I don't think so.
Can you imagine just the sheer logistics of enforcing that rule, like on a New York City street? Like, first of all, you got to hire a door guy, and he's got to have like all this equipment. He's got to be like taking your temperature. He's got to be examining your card. Every single fucking business. I mean, it's a big undertaking.
If you're a business, do you even do that? Because you're going to hurt yourself.
You have to. There's
going to be a lot of people that aren't going to do it.
He's going to penalize you starting September 13th.
They'll get fined. It's also
you got to have this fucking card. It is not like wallet sized. It's like, look,
no. They have an app in New York City. They've had it for a while. You don't need the card. You don't need the card. It's going to be.
You got to go on a government app on your phone to tell them that you got the. Okay, that's better.
It's also going to be awkward for the unvaccinated people with friends that are vaccinated. If the vaccinated people have like dinner plans for, I don't know, say someone's birthday in the group, and they're like going to a restaurant. They're like, sorry, unvaccinated people, but you can't come.
This is such bullshit.
It's like the DUI. I'm vaccinated. Yeah, calm down.
I might go to a Vax Pass protest. I'm vaccinated, but it is horse shit. I do not like these rules.
Should be a fun time at the Vax protest. It's like the DUI war Canada and the US had all over again, where you couldn't travel to either country if you had a DUI or multiple DUIs. So like it's kind of like that. Yeah, I'm gonna not go to a Vax protest.
I'm vaccinated. I'll be fine.
Sticking it to him, aren't we?
I'll be fine. I'm not going to get hospitalized. But what I'm saying, I trust the science. But what I'm saying is that this is bullshit. You can't have people look to go into a restaurant. You got to present a card.
On the flip side of that, you have the highest cases of deaths and hospitalizations if you go the other angle. So New York and Florida just out there proving
it's not in place in New York yet. It's not in place in New York yet.
They're both shitting the bed.
They're going to do it next month.
It's going to cause issues. What New York's doing, what Florida is doing has caused issues. Both sides taking extremely different approaches. Both will be shitty results. That's COVID for you in a nutshell. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. We apparently have reached 70% of adults in the U.S. with at least one dose of vaccine, according to the Biden administration. But you take that with a grain of salt. Getting vaccinated.
But did they tell you where it came from yet?
I think they rounded that up a little bit. But anyways, hopefully that does help. We'll see.
You thought people went nuts when they were trying to get them to forcibly wear masks. Holy shit.
No, I know. It's going to be a shit show in New York for sure. Yeah.
They got any more word on that Wuhan lab?
No, I don't think so, Will. But
it's not going to be a big deal in New York.
Bet not.
Yeah. No, I don't think so.
Mark will be the first to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, it's the Democrats' fault. Well, moving on.
I'm not really going to go to a fucking anti-vax pass rally. But
COVID is the Democrats' fault. Got it.
No. I'm wondering where the Wuhan
Mark, have you found out yet?
The Wuhan lab, Mark. Where's the information?
I don't know. Moving on in the disease den, let's talk about another disease. If you happen to be lucky enough to cross paths with the truly beautiful and delightful Lake Tahoe, you might notice some wildlife in the wooded areas. And if you're on the Nevada side, soak it in. If you're on the South Shores, on the California side of Lake Tahoe, though, steer clear of the cutest animal you see on a hike, the chipmunk. And that's because Alvin and his buddies are carrying the plague. Those little fuckers are testing positive left and right for the bubonic plague.
Damn.
Yeah. That's not good. There's those chipmunks everywhere in Lake Tahoe. I mean, that's like probably they're very cute.
I would definitely go up to them, and not the plague ones, but they're cute.
Well, you can't tell the plague from non-plague.
Didn't the girl just die of the plague in Colorado? Maybe
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Wes, that's true. Luckily, thanks to antibiotics, the plague is not nearly as Black Deathy as it was in the 1300s when it killed 100% of humans. But it's still the fucking plague. And although a handful of people get it each year, between 4 and 15, 4 and 12 usually each year, California hadn't gotten any in 5 years until last year, where guess where the first case popped up in the South Shores of Lake Tahoe, and now we know why. And yes, the first U.S. death from the plague since 2015 occurred last week in Colorado from a 10-year-old girl who they think likely got it from a flea. The plague is easily spread in rodents and fleas. So that's how you get the plague.
They're shutting down beaches over this shit.
Yeah, no, don't worry, though. Yes, aside from not being deadly, if diagnosed early, officials in California shut down all the beautiful spots in and near Tahoe on the South Shore, so you just can't go there for a while, which is a theme that we seem to be having to get used to.
And Tahoe was one of the only places where people were retreating to during COVID because
not
it was
anymore.
Relatively easy.
Now it's different. Now it's not COVID; it's the plague.
Right,
it's the plague this time.
So you got COVID in all the big places, and you got the plague in Tahoe. Fun.
And that's the Jizz Gazebo.
Man,
monkeypox is spreading too. No, I'm just kidding. That's
jizz or got inside of it.
It's not. Yeah, you got to get at you.
That's the jizz pinata.
That's the jizz pinata.
At least it's open air.
Yeah.
No, man, I don't want to hit it too hard.
All right. We're going to do the TikTok international moment last today. So let's get to it. We're going to go to Tokyo for some Olympics, double Olympic, and then we're going to go over to London for a crazy priest. So let's go to Tokyo, where cameraman has played a hilarious prank on what had to have been a mostly female audience during a live field hockey game during Spain and Argentina during a critical point in the game. With 5 minutes and 20 seconds left in the game and Argentina up by 1, the ref had just awarded Argentina a penalty corner shot when the cameraman zoomed in on a giant cockroach scurrying across the sideline. Here we go. Oh, that's not the one. That's not the. There it is. There's the cockroach.
That's awesome.
Cockroach.
Yeah, huge cockroach. So, and then they go on to commentate on the cockroach, and but this had to be a prank, and you could almost hear the faint "Adios mio" from female fans across the globe, which translate to "Oh my God." So yeah, social media also chimed in with their takes. This person said that roach did not need that much screen time. And then this person said Olympic athletes competing at a high level, not interested. Cockroach waddling, yes. So it got some media attention.
What sport was that?
That was field hockey.
I'll take that to crickets for my play,
Right.
What's that?
Yeah, I got him.
And my joke.
Did they miss the shot? Did they miss the penalty shot?
They ended up winning 3-0.
No, did they miss the shot though? Like, was it like during a break or was it during a play on the field?
It was during a break. Like they had just gone. They were about to do it.
It was a transition shot.
It was a prank. Yeah. It was a prank because he knew that there were a bunch of ladies watching. So
cameraman was like, "Hey, editor, cut over to me. I got this cockroach. It's going to be hilarious."
There's a lot of girls watching.
He's like, I think there's a wad of gum you need to get a load of.
Yeah, good eye on him though.
Pants region.
That was a giant cockroach. Next, staying at the Olympics, sprinter Shericka Jackson from Jamaica is getting absolutely blasted on social media after a very cocky move cost her big time. So Jackson had already won bronze in the women's 100 meter on Saturday and was attempting to qualify for the women's 200 meter. A lot of people thought she had a chance to win. When during her qualifying run, about 40 meters left, she just slowed down. She thought she had her spot in the bag. She had and needed to finish top 3 for automatic qualification to the semifinal, but she just fucking stopped running like an idiot at the finish line and let Italian Diali Kadari run up alongside her at the finish line when she had third in the heat. So here's the video, and Shericka is at the top of your screen in this video. So there she is. She just kind of slows down.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
She was. Why did she stop running?
Because she thought she had it. She thought she had third. No. She only needed to get third.
That's the cockiest slowdown of all time. She was barely in second.
Yeah, exactly. So both runners.
She needed to pick up the pace.
She fucked herself. So all that time training came down to they actually tied. They both her and this other Italian girl crossed the finish line at 22.67, but officials eventually gave third place to Kadari by an official time ruling that found she had edged her by microseconds.
That was just because she was being a jerk off. They don't know if she edged her out or not. They were just like, tie goes the person that ran it out. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
This is the move of a champion saying, third, I don't need it. You keep it.
Yeah, but she was in second, Pat. She wasn't the champion.
No, but Pat, the
she
problem is
third.
If you ain't first.
This was not the finals. This was the semifinals to get into the finals.
This is a qualifier to get semifinals.
How you know you're dealing with a serious champion on your hands.
Okay.
No, you don't get it.
I think you got to get fired from the team for this. Yeah,
I get it.
Okay.
She's playing 6 chess moves ahead.
You think
she knew she wasn't going to get first, so she
was the sprinter who got bronze in the 100. Yeah.
Right, but her 2 teammates beat her. So Pat, when she gets cut from Jamaica, you're saying another team should be looking to pick her up.
Oh no, cut from her national team of Jamaica. You can't cut people from national teams.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, they're great. Yeah, they're great sprinters.
They're not free agents. And they can just go to another team.
I mean, she could defect. She could apply
from the non-communist country of Jamaica.
Somebody could take her.
All right.
People need to start. I mean, that's a good country to recruit your sprinters from. Honestly.
Absolutely.
Well, not if you watch the movie Cool Runnings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Tells a different tale.
It's because they tripped, but they were going to win.
Yeah.
Damn you, Sanka.
They don't have the right sled. Going to the internet, this guy's tweet got destroyed. He says, "Don't be surprised if Shericka Jackson wins the 200-meter final." That was before the race. And then people responded, "I would certainly be surprised since she's watching on TV like I will be." And this person said, "What a shit run from her. How can you relax like that in third place?" And then this person said, "This aged like cheese, didn't it?"
Wait,
so
hold on.
Cheese ages well sometimes.
I thought,
yeah.
That guy's wrong.
does.
That guy's also wrong. Then it was a spiral of making fun of the cheese guy. And then,
You mean goat cheese, idiot? Must mean that specifically.
This age like wine. Yeah.
Not a firm or semi-firm.
All right. Next, let's go to London, where a priest, 71-year-old Reverend Tim Hughes, is letting the world know two things. First, he's letting it be known that he hates Rupert Murdoch, who he thinks is, quote, a climate change denier, dissembler, and delayer. The second he is letting the world know is that he has lost his damn mind, and that's because he has sewn his mouth shut as an act of protest against Murdoch and his news corporation. Here is the photo. There he is. That's disgusting, isn't it?
That's terrifying. Wow.
Yeah.
Those are some very messy stitches he put into his own lips. That's disgusting.
that looks infected.
It's very gross. Very, very gross. Yeah. So
has he seen a doctor?
I don't know, man. This guy's out of his mind. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
Look at him.
Definitely.
He definitely did it by himself.
Definitely.
He did it himself. Oh my God.
His lips are mangled. Yeah.
Either did it himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either that or either did that to himself or he went to somebody and he was like, make my lips look as fucked up as you possibly can with stitches.
Yeah. So the act was carried out at News UK's office in central London yesterday, which is home of the UK arm of Rupert Murdoch's global news empire, News Corp. Old priest laced lips is part of the Christian Climate Action, which is a branch of the climate movement Extinction Rebellion. And this isn't the first time Priest Hughes has done something absolutely loony to protest climate change. Back in March of 2020, he was thrown in jail for 14 days for gluing himself to furniture at the City of London Magistrates Court, a stunt for the same climate action group. And when asked for comment, the priest said, hey, at least I'm not fucking boys, right?
Yeah. That's impossible. It's impossible to suck a child's penis when your lips are shut. Sewn shut.
Yeah. That's right. So that's going to do it for Hard Factor.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you very
I
much
love
for
TikTok last. It always brings the energy.
Yeah, it's good.
Puts a bow on it.
Bro, let's fucking go. Million views on a video, 10,000 followers, just stacking up stacking and racking the international fans.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're on a roll. So help us.
We're gonna be at 100,000 followers before the end of the year on TikTok.
That's right.
Get in early. Get in on the ground floor.
Yeah. And like Will said at the top, lots of new content coming out in Patreon this week. So patreon.com/hardfactor if you want to enjoy all that stuff. And enjoy the Discord and all the other great stuff on Patreon. So
yeah, if you're not totally sure what the Stab Nelson thing Will was giving a tease to at the top of the show, I infiltrated the Portland de-escalation clinic. So essentially, it was a 2-hour Zoom call about how to not get violent at protests, and they had to talk me out of it. I'll put it that way.
There you
Great
go.
appearance. Yeah.
There you go. So all that on the Patreon, Half Pack of West. I'll be putting out treasure hunting video, and if you sign up for a full year, you got a free T-shirt. So time in. Jesus Christ.
Pop the clutch and send in the card tiers.
What
tiers.
a time to join. What a time to join. Yes, that's right. All right, guys, that's it. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great fucking day.